What's up, guys, and welcome back to Retro Gamer Gen X's Retro Gaming and Computing channel. And in today's video, this one's going to be all for you guys. So in my community tab, I went ahead and put a poll in there asking you guys what video you wanted to see next. And you guys voted for the Magnavox Odyssey2 against the Commodore VIC-20. Now, we already know who's going to win this video, obviously. The Commodore VIC-20 is a much more powerful machine. Now, they did share a few games, 3 games that I know of that I'm going to put on here, but I'm going to go ahead and basically put them head-to-head between those 3 games. Plus, we're going to go into what they could do as computers as well and see which one would have been the better value in 1981. Obviously, we still got to know who's going to win this, but it's kind of cool to see how things would have been for parents trying to decide when they didn't really know what computers or video games were back then. You got to remember, these are, you know, the boomer generation parents and also like the silent generation parents that never dealt with computers or video games, and they were buying these for their kids. So when they went into the store, they just kind of listened to what the salesperson was telling them. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and check out the VIC-20 versus the Magnavox Odyssey2.
Odyssey, video game fun, computer keyboard challenge, the entrance to an alternate world of fire-breathing dragons, hard-hitting sluggers, arcade wizards, outer space wizards. More than 40 games in all. Odyssey, the excitement of a game, the mind of a computer. All for the price of an ordinary video game. Odyssey.
Why buy just a video game from Atari or Intellivision? Invest in the wonder computer of the 1980s for under $300. The Commodore VIC-20. Unlike games, it has a real computer keyboard. With the Commodore VIC-20, the whole family can learn computing at home. Plays great games, too. Under $300, the wonder computer of the 1980s, the Commodore VIC-20.
First up is Demon Attack on the Odyssey2. All right, guys, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and press 0 for the first player game. And, I mean, what can I say about this game, guys? I mean, Demon Attack is such a good game. On this system, though, it's just not that great. I mean, it's okay. Don't get me wrong. It is okay. But you just have to deal with how low powered this video game system is. Now, on paper, this system looks comparable, even superior to the Atari 2600. However, it is just not what it should be. And I'm sorry to all the O2 people out there. You know, I do love having an O2, don't get me wrong. It is a great system to collect for. I love the cartridges, how they have like the little handle on them. But as far as like physical media, man, this is one of the systems to collect for. Look, I'm just dying left and right. But this is one of the systems to collect for if you're into physical media, because it has that little handle on it and it's like really cool. But honestly, guys, I am not a fan of this. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the VIC-20 and show you what Demon Attack should really look like. Now for Demon Attack on the VIC-20. Alright, guys, so here's Demon Attack on the VIC-20 here. And as you can see, a much better version of it. I mean, this is like the 2600 version. Really. I mean, it's almost identical. So much better. So much better gameplay, so much better graphics. The sound is better. I mean, what more can you say? Such a better game. So much better, guys. Now, I mean, this is kind of what I've been stressing at. So if you were a parent back in the day and you bought these two systems, one or the other. So say Jimmy ended up getting the VIC-20 and Bobby ended up getting the O2. Poor old Bobby. That's all I gotta say. Um, I'm not gonna down talk the O2 too much, guys, because, but you guys saw the commercials I put up after the intro. So you had Spock versus Captain Kirk, basically promoting these two different systems, and they were both looking pretty good to parents back in the 80s, very early 80s. I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy to think how much different and how much more powerful this system would be. I mean, as a kid, or even as an adult, I mean, as we'll see later on in this video, that having an actual computer was much more valuable back in those days. It still is to this day. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I like console gaming, guys, you would be amazed. I have not bought a new console since the PS3 or the Xbox 360. Those are my newest consoles I own. Yeah, I just do PC gaming basically, guys. That's essentially what I do. If I'm not retro gaming, I'm on my PC gaming. It's just the way it is. A little bit different than it used to be back in the day, because I used to be the one guy that was always with the newest and the greatest console that was out, and totally different than I am nowadays. I would much rather play around with these old consoles than mess around with the crap you gotta deal with nowadays with downloads and all this crap you gotta do. I remember like, no, I'd rather just go back to the old school days where you pop a cartridge in or a disc and you play the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, so this is Demon Attack on the VIC-20, much better version. Let's go ahead and check out the next set of games. Next up, Frogger on the Odyssey2. All right, guys, so here is Frogger on the O2. And as you guys can see, it's in Spanish. It is not an American game. But to be able to play this on an NTSC console, I got to play the Brazilian version of this, because it was not released. I made that, didn't I? Really? Did you guys see that? Anyway, it was not released in America. It was released in PAL regions and in Brazil. And as you guys can see, you actually have to go onto the green part, unlike the 2600 version, where you got to go into the water to go to your, like, lily pad or home base or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's a decent version of Frogger, guys. I mean, back in 81, if I had this as a kid, I would have probably been satisfied with it. I would have been cool with this. But playing the 2600 version afterwards, or in television version, or the Coleco version, yeah, I would not have been too pleased to be stuck with this. Super slow, come on. Oh, really? I couldn't even scoot over? It was like a huge jump. So if you go sideways, it's like, look how far the sideways jump is. So if you're on a log, just keep that in mind. If you're playing this game. But like I said, guys, I mean, it's Frogger. It really is. It's Frogger. It's a little bit different version of Frogger, but it's Frogger. I mean, that's all I can say about this game. The split screen thing just cracks me up. I'm like, this thing couldn't support enough graphics to have the entire playfield on the screen. Just cracks me up. Yeah, I would have to say old Bobby's a little pissed off because he's got this system that his parents bought him. But anyway, guys, there's Frogger on the O2. Let's go ahead and check it out on the VIC-20 next. Time for Frogger on the VIC-20. All right, guys, so here is Frogger on the VIC-20. So bear with me. I got to go ahead and press F1. I have it down here on the floor because I have to hook it into the VCR to be able to hook it up to what you guys are seeing here. So hold on. All right. Oh, it's touchy. It's like the Atari version. Super touchy. Super touchy. And I'm using that that CX7800 wireless joystick, so that might be what it is. It's just super touchy with the D-pad on here. So let me try again. And you can't go until the music's done. It's kind of like the Atari 2600 version. I just got to be real careful to hit the button like... Wow, I might actually be able to beat one. We'll see. How did I just die there, really? I just pulled into my lily pad and then... Are you guys seeing this? Yeah, I'm not too impressed with this game. Is it better than the Odyssey2 version? I don't know. Next up, Qbert on the O2. Alright guys, so here's Qbert's on the O2. So, I gotta say, controls in this game really do suck. Graphics suck. It's not like anything like the Atari 2600 version of this game. Magnavox / Philips could have been such a powerhouse in the video game industry. And this is the route they took. I mean, it's just not... I'm sitting there pushing the freaking joystick down and it's just not... Look, up. It's not moving, guys. This is so horrible. What a horrible version of Qbert. Well, let's go ahead and check out the VIC-20 version of Qbert because I'm pretty much just done with this, guys. This is bad. This is bad. And it just starts over by itself like, oh, you want to play some more? Because I'm so bad, let's just play some more. Now let's check out Qbert on the VIC-20. Alright guys, so here goes Qbert on the VIC-20. So let me hit the F1 key here. And right away, I can tell you I kind of like this game. I mean, the graphics ain't the best. Oh, a little too slow there. But, I mean, it's still a decent version of Qbert. Now, the control scheme is a little bit different, so it's kind of hard to get used to. So it's not diagonal like it is on the Atari 2600 or on even the O2. Definitely a little different feeling. So kind of hard to get used to. Let me try another round of this and see. But yeah, I mean, pretty fun. Let me see if I can get used to the control scheme here. But the graphics are half decent. I mean, they're not the best. But not too bad. The sound is actually really good. Hey, look at that. Yeah, pretty cool, guys. I mean, I guess I could probably get used to playing this. It's just, I'm so used to the diagonal control scheme that just pressing like up to go up, and it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of odd. It feels a little weird. I like the other control scheme better. But hey, you know, it's working. But look at the graphics. Look at the difference in the graphics here, guys. Compared to the O2. Something just doesn't compute. Alright guys, so let's look at the computing capabilities of these two systems. So let's go ahead and turn on the Odyssey 2 without a cartridge in it and see what happens. Absolutely nothing. Now, this is what a lot of parents probably didn't expect. They probably expected to be able to have some kind of basic or something on the system when you loaded it, because it has this keyboard attached to it. But yeah, no, that didn't happen. So yeah. So it has absolutely no basic ROM. It has not enough RAM to even support basic. Uh, it did come with, actually came with one cartridge on the system that taught you about assembly language, but you weren't really programming in assembly. It was basically playing like a game, just showing you how assembly language worked. So, yeah, this thing has absolutely no computing capability at all whatsoever. So let's go ahead and check out the VIC-20 and see what it can do. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I'm not going to do no programming, but I'm just going to show you what happens when you turn it on. So right here, guys, is the big difference maker in the two different systems. So this is able to boot into Commodore Basic version 2. And you could do a lot of programming and make a lot of programs and do what you wanted to do on this. And a lot of people, this was their first computer they had. So a lot of programmers and a lot of people that are in the industry today started off on a VIC-20 or a Commodore 64. And yeah, this is where people got their start. Pretty cool that you were able to actually program a computer as soon as you turn it on. I mean, that was the coolest thing to me when I had my Commodores back in the day. It was like you turn it on and it's like I could make this thing do whatever I wanted it to do. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of the video today, and as we all saw, the VIC-20 pretty much whooped butt on every front, whether it was gameplay, graphics, music, or even being a computer all on its own. The VIC-20 would have been the much better choice for a parent back in 1981. However, you know, the Magnavox Odyssey still had its following. It still has a following to this day. Now, there is the second version of the Odyssey that only released in Europe. And God, I can't even remember what it was called, like the GP7000 or something like that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what the heck the name of it was. But it was basically kind of an enhanced Magnavox Odyssey. And you could actually put a basic computer module on the top of it that gave it the ability to actually kind of run basic programming as well. Now that thing is super like an oddity, and it is super expensive now. So if somebody does have that, that is very rare, and you need to keep it in your collection because you're not going to find that. Now that doesn't work with the Odyssey 2, only with that European GP7000 unit. Oh, I can't even remember what the name of it is right now. Sorry guys. But that's basically what's developed in from the Odyssey 2 into that. And that's where Magnavox kind of pulled the plug on everything and never got released in North America, only in Europe and very low quantities. So yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of the the video here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We did see that the VIC-20 did win. I did wanted to say, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and hit the like, the subscribe, and that notification bell. That way you guys get notifications every time I drop new content like this. And also, if you want to help support the channel, don't forget to hit that super heart down below and drop me a super as well. We would definitely appreciate it, because anything that goes into the channel stays in the channel and basically goes back to you guys in YouTube videos. So that's how I get my funding, kind of run this like PBS here. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have a great one. Peace out, y'all.
Game over, man. It's game over.